Keira space Dodd. I want to say like first grade, and then I stopped in like third or fourth. And then I started up again during high school, freshman year, because my mom was the coach and I find joy in volleyball, and then I did that throughout high school.
All 4 years?
I did field hockey instead of volleyball my sophomore year.
Do you have a distinct memory of volleyball that kind of stands out to you?
This season, my senior season, our team took a bus down to Carlsbad, like by San Diego, for a tournament, and that was probably the most fun thing ever. It was just a great way to have fun with my teammates and get to know them, and we just had so much fun on the bus because it's a super far drive, and then I had a great time there too.
Yeah, did you guys win?
Not really. It was fun regardless.
What advice would you give to anyone who is like looking into Los Gatos volleyball?
I would say that it's just a super fun time, as are many sports at Los Gatos, but personally I don't have the highest skill level in volleyball, but with enough effort and communication, talking is like super important in volleyball, and that's the easiest thing to do. And so if you can put forth your best effort and the things that you can control, you'll have a successful time on the court, I think. And just volleyball is a lot of little movements that you need to get used to, and so practice, practice, practice. Oh, you also have to be open to feedback, open to constructive criticism and feedback by your teammates, because a lot of my teammates and coaches helped me get to where I was. I wasn't really playing as much at the beginning of the season, but I was getting a lot of minutes towards the end. I usually just go into serve sometimes, but on our better games I would go in a lot more, which was really fun. But I just loved being on the court anytime I could. I didn't really care. And then the sidelines are also the best part too, because in volleyball we have these like crazy cheers, and being on the sideline is just so fun. Like, on the court and on the sideline, it's all good.
What position do you play?
I'm a defensive specialist, a DS. I couldn't jump high enough to be a hitter. I wasn't tall enough, and then I wasn't good enough to be a libero or a setter, and so that was kind of just what category I was put into. And I had some competition because the girls that were my position, and additionally all the other girls on the team, most of them play club volleyball, and so I had to kind of insert myself into the higher level environment, and I would say like the learning curve was pretty high, so I learned quickly because they just play so fluidly and they have a lot of skill, so I had to learn quickly, but I had the effort and I had the communication, so it ended up working out fine.
Is there anything else about like volleyball or memories or all of that you want to add?
Well, my mom played D1 volleyball at UC Irvine, and so she was kind of been in volleyball like her whole life and then encouraged me to do it. And I tried out all the other sports too, and volleyball was definitely a fun one for me. That's why I kept coming back to it. She coaches at the high school. She has for, I want to say like 5 years now. She coaches the freshman team, and so that was a good kind of like incentive to get me playing. She's a great coach, and I had a lot of fun on the freshman team, and yeah, it was just great.
When did you start playing basketball?
I started playing basketball as early as I can remember. I want to say kindergarten I started. I've always been playing on the like Calvary teams, and then from then on like NJB, now high school. I never really got into club too much, but I've always just been playing basketball.
School teams, you played for Fisher and now Los Gatos, is that correct?
Yeah, in Fisher we had a very successful run throughout 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I want to say we won the championships all 3 years. Our team was just insane. We would beat teams by a lot. That was a fun time. And then in high school, I was on JV my freshman year, and then I got pulled up to varsity for CCS. And then ever since then, I've been on varsity. And then this year and last year, I was a co-captain on varsity, and that was a great time. Yeah.
When you think of Los Gatos basketball, what do you think of most?
When I think of Los Gatos basketball, I want to say the first one is like hard work. We work so hard off season and in season. Our practices are very high intensity, and it really shows on the court. We work so hard in practice, and it translates really nicely. And then I also want to say our like team bond is very strong. Just our team dynamic, I would say, is like another thing that really defines Los Gatos basketball. We are all friends outside of basketball. We all hang out, and I think that that's like something really important that also translates nicely on the court, because once you get to know each other like outside of your sport, it just works way better on the court than during games because you just get that connection.
Do you have a favorite memory from this season or last season, maybe something from senior night or anything like that?
Yeah, I would say one of my favorite memories from basketball is when our whole team we had a team sleepover at co-captain Casey Brennan's house, and that was such a good time because the whole team was together and we just spent the whole night talking until like 4 a.m. or something. It was just the best time, and that was just a great way to get to know everyone. I also like that all the grades, we have freshman to senior on the varsity team, and I like that we don't like project our seniority on them. I think that like we all see ourselves as equals to a certain extent, of course, but we don't overlook or underlook anyone based on their grade or their skill level or their whatever. And I think that's really important to get along as teammates.
Through being captain, inherently you take on a leadership role. How do you think you stepped up to fill that?
I would say it's got to be like 90% effort. Again, with basketball, didn't have the highest skill level, hence being on JV my freshman year. I had to kind of step up, and the biggest thing I could put forth was my effort, because I probably didn't learn how to like shoot correctly until this year, I would say. It kind of clicked for me this year. So I had to raise my other abilities and the things I could control, which is like my voice. So on the sidelines, I'm the loudest one cheering, which helps my teammates on the court. I just wanted to help them as much as I could, because if I wasn't scoring points, I wanted to do something else. So I had a loud voice, and I was very encouraging to my teammates. I made sure they could succeed. And then during practice, I just simply worked hard. I put forth like 110% of my effort, and it eventually paid off. When you put in 110% of your effort in practice, it just seems to be easier in games because you already have that fire and that adrenaline. And my teammates helped me a lot with that too, because I play for my teammates. I always want to put in my best effort for them to make them successful.
Can you do any tricks?
Oh, I could try to spin it on my finger.
Oh! Hit the cool ones.
Oh, I can do this.
How's it?
Keira space DODD.
When did you start playing lacrosse?
I started playing lacrosse in 5th grade.
And what inspired you to play?
My brother started playing, and it seemed like a lot of fun, and so I hopped on that trend.
Do you want to talk about like the different clubs and stuff that you played for?
So I started off with joining Red Hawks, which is a club team for girls before high school, and girls and boys, and then that was kind of more casual. My mom coached it and a few other moms. A lot of the girls on the Red Hawks team I'm still friends with, and they go to Los Gatos. And then after that, getting into high school, I joined another club team called Verve, which is a lot more high intensity. Some other clubs I've played for are Tenacity as well. It's kind of similar to Verve. They just like travel tournaments and playing year-round is something that I wanted to do, so I had to join a club like that.
Do you have like a fondest memory of playing travel lacrosse?
I don't really like when people say like best memories, because I feel like every time I play lacrosse is just such a good memory. Every tournament that I go to, just like getting to travel all over the United States to like play in tournaments. I love it all. I love every aspect of it. Every state that I've been to has been like lovely. I mean, I love being on the East Coast, so just anything there I would say is nice. Well, I've been to Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, New York, Texas, Nevada, Arizona. That's a lot of it, I think. North Carolina.
What's your history with Los Gatos girls lacrosse?
Well, freshman year, I had CCS for basketball, so I joined lacrosse a little bit late. But unfortunately, because of COVID, the season got cut short, so I didn't actually get a chance to play on varsity that year because I had a week to try out, and the week didn't finish before the season got cut off. So I played one JV game, and then it was over. And then sophomore year was online school, and so I had a choice between basketball and lacrosse. And since I was already playing club lacrosse, I chose to do basketball for the school. And then last year was kind of my first year to play, and it was fun. I loved being on the team. It was great to be back. And then this year, obviously, playing again. For basketball, our season always goes pretty long into lacrosse, so I never do preseason, but I'm always so excited to get started.
Yeah. And what position do you play?
I play attack. Sometimes I play midi, but mostly attack.
What has been the highlight of your senior year season?
I would say just being a senior all around because, I mean, obviously we don't have to do any of the dirty work like shagging balls, putting the goals away. That's always a plus. But, I don't know, being a senior, I like that we get to interact with the underclassmen and get to like be their mentors, and I just love being a senior as it is. And so being on a team as a senior, I think people look up to you more, and it's just like, it's fun. It's a good time. And I'm also have more confidence, obviously, being a senior. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
Oh, do you have any advice for anyone who's looking to get into lacrosse?
Yeah, so I would say the first time I played lacrosse, I just instantly fell in love with it. Obviously, being on a team is something that I really like, so that was a big part of it. And then lacrosse requires 12 people, including the goalie on the field, so it's a lot of teamwork, and I just love that team dynamic. And it's also just, it's a great sport to get into. I would say it's easy to learn, hard to get good at, but just with enough practice, obviously, like with anything, you could totally get to any level that you are determined to get to. And it's just, I think it's a lot of fun.
So now that our high school season is wrapping out, what are your future plans with lacrosse?
I'm playing Division III lacrosse at St. Lawrence University, which is in Canton, New York. It's very upstate. Going through the recruiting process was definitely a long ride, but I found the school that I loved, and the lacrosse program is just insane, so I'm really excited for that. And it's a great school, and I'm excited to live on the other side of the country, so yeah.
My name is Jackie,
And I'm Ava.
and we both play lacrosse with Keira.
And what's it like being on a team with Keira?
It's definitely very fun. She keeps things pretty light and exciting.
Yeah, I would say it's like a whole other experience than playing with other people because she just brings such a good energy and positivity to the team that really is infectious to the whole team.
And what advice do you guys have for Keira going into college, playing college lacrosse, and moving beyond Los Gatos?
Just keep that energy and like keep being who you are, Keira, because you're the best.
Yeah, same thing. Just keep up your awesome attitude when you're playing, and also just like your drive. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love you.
We love you, Keira.
Most people just call me Holm, and I am the assistant coach for the girls' varsity basketball team. I teach mostly everything, and sometimes computer science and physics.
Let's see, what's it like having Keira Dodd on your basketball team?
The best! Genuinely, Keira is endless energy and relentless positivity. And so having Keira on a team is like having a catalyst who will bring joy to even the most difficult moments of a difficult practice or a frustrating loss, you can count on Keira to do something magical to bring us back. Mostly excitement, because I know Keira's going to do great. The advice is to keep being you, because who you are has been real good so far, and I think continuing that will be the key to the next chapter.
My name is Lucy Penacacci. I played basketball with Keira Dodd this year, and overall, she's just such a fun and energetic person, and no matter what, she just like preaches trying her best in every single aspect of what she does. So whether or not she was like on the court or on the bench, she was putting in full energy, full effort, and it was contagious for the whole team. Like, she was a critical part of every single night when she got out there and like lifted the whole team up with her.
Yeah, and then do you have any advice for Keira going into college, moving beyond Los Gatos?
I hope she doesn't change. Not in a way, like, I hope she keeps that same energy that she has now and carries that with her.
Thanks, Lucy.
My name is Maddie. I'm Keira's coach for lacrosse.
And what's it like having her on your team?
Keira is a great teammate. She's always lifting everyone's spirits. She's always positive. She's a reliable player. She always comes to practice ready to try her best and do her best.
And then what life advice do you have for her beyond high school?
Well, I know where she's going to school. She's going to SLU and she's playing with some of my friends on that team. So I just want her to have the best time she possibly can and work hard in school, and she'll have a really great time on the team and just have fun, yeah.
So how long have you played with Keira?
I've been playing with Keira for like 6 years, maybe 7 years.
And what's it like being on a team with her?
It is something else. She just brings all of the energy to the field and so much positivity and skill at all times, and it's a pleasure to play with her.
And what advice do you have for her in college?
Take in every moment, because I know everyone around you is just going to be so happy for you to be there, so never second guess yourself.
First question is, who are you and how do you know Keira?
Oh, I'm Coach Tess, and I know Keira because she's on my varsity team. She's been on my team, barring COVID, every year that she's been at this high school.
And what's it like to have her on your team?
Having Keira on the team is amazing because she has all of the energy that is required to get a team as big as this one pumped up and ready for games, ready for practice. She's yes ma'am, no ma'am. She's all over it. She's a hustler. She's amazing.
What advice do you have for her in the future?
Okay, the advice I have for Keira is keep on doing what you're doing. Stay positive, stay amazing, stay humble, and carry on that confidence and that tenacity, and you will make yourself a very successful person and have a happy life.
What is it like being on a team with Keira?
I could go first. It's really amazing being on the team with Keira. She's just always so positive and just like cheers everyone on, and it just like brings up the team spirit so much. And I really love her competitiveness too, because it just like she just like drives everyone else to like be positive and to be competitive.
Yeah, Keira is an amazing player. She's so good, but she's really humble. But she uplifts everyone else while also improving herself. So she always like makes sure to like give everyone advice and compliments and like, you know, give them a stick bump whenever they do something good. And like for me, that just helped my confidence so much, and it felt like she was always in my corner. So yeah.
And do you guys have any advice for her going into college?
Just keep hustling. You are amazing, and like one of the most hardworking people I've ever met. Like seriously, even if she's tired during a game, you can't even tell. Like she's just always putting in 150%. So just keep doing that in college, and you got it. And we love you.
Yeah, my only advice is just keep being you. We love you.
Good luck at St. Lawrence!
Love you.